Effective knowledge management is essential for the success of any transportation organization. It enables agencies to better utilize available resources, make informed decisions, advance practices, and adapt to changing circumstances. The National Cooperative Highway Research Project, supporting state DOT adoption of knowledge management practices, recognizes the importance of documenting the experiences of early KM adopters so that other agencies may benefit from their progress. This video series explores the development of tacit and explicit knowledge management across the transportation industry through 5 case studies. At the Utah Department of Transportation, or UDOT, the Knowledge Management Program was originally launched in response to a statewide performance improvement initiative known as the Success Framework. To support this effort, the Success Framework identified 2 primary knowledge management goals to drive organizational excellence. The first is maintaining operational continuity, ensuring that as employee turnover occurs, vital expertise is not lost. The second is ensuring information accessibility, establishing a single source of truth for the official documents that define how the agency carries out its responsibilities. To explain the primary drivers behind these goals, here is Lori Economy, the Chief Learning Officer at UDOT.
So knowledge management for UDOT has been a focus for quite some time, and we have had support that's ebbed and flowed throughout the years. But overall, we've been trying to address a few critical challenges that really look at our long-term effectiveness. I would say our primary driver has been to mitigate the loss of knowledge and institutional knowledge as we look at turnover, retirements, aging workforce, etc. And we just needed a systematic way to try to capture some of the information that was pertinent to key roles for seasoned engineers, our planners, project managers, etc. Also, I would say that we had challenges with, as we would start a new project, we wanted to be able to carry that information on to the lessons learned and the information that gathered from similar projects onto the new project team. And then I would say finally for us, it was a recognition that the next generation coming into the Department of Transportation has had access to information through Google search, and now AI, etc., pretty much most of their life. And so this is a way of life for them in terms of how do they learn about information and how do they go about finding access to the right information at the right time. And we recognized that we needed to do some work in this area. So that really was a look at some of our data governance, our data quality, findability, and really how to ensure that people had access to the right information at the right time.
To meet the goal of maintaining operational continuity, UDOT launched its Position Playbooks initiative. These playbooks go beyond standard job descriptions to capture tacit knowledge, the unique insights, unwritten rules, and key contacts that are critical for success, but often walk out the door when an employee leaves. The development process involves structured interviews to identify primary responsibilities and motivational insights about the role. To ensure these weren't just extra paperwork, UDOT strategically prioritized these playbooks for senior leadership and high-impact positions with little redundancy. To address the goal of ensuring accessibility, UDOT established the Policy and Procedures Repository. This multi-year initiative sought to modernize and centralize over 230 policies and 75 administrative rules into a single searchable location. This effort was about quality and consistency. UDOT created a standard template and designated a policy specialist to oversee the process, ensuring every document is consistent, digestible, and current.
We have created a knowledge repository for our UDOT policies, and we actually have an AI bot here that we use that our data scientists and data analytics group have trained in the last year or two. And this is a tangible product that I think is possible for anybody. For us, we are a Google shop here at Utah Department of Transportation. We've taken our policies and procedures and placed them into a Google Drive. and we've been able to train an AI bot to answer questions that are very directed at that Google folder. And so this has really been it was quite a few years in the making. This started out as we started to talk about it, we started to recognize that we needed to work a little bit on our data governance. We also had a data quality issue. So as we first started to train the model, it was returning back documents that we weren't even aware existed. So it surfaced that information for us, and we were able to clean up some of those policies and outdated information that was still findable. If you knew what you were searching for, you could find some really outdated policies. So we were able to clean that up, again, eliminate them from that Google Drive, and only point the AI bot at our current policies and procedures. And over time, right, this has turned out to be something that is now in everyday use. So it was a pilot for quite some time. And as we have walked through those changes within our organization, we now consider this a product that is usable, implemented, and institutionalized within our organization.
UDOT's journey highlights several critical lessons for other agencies to follow. The first is prioritize based on risk. Focus first on senior leadership in single point of failure positions where the loss of an expert causes the most disruption. Second, centralize editorial control. Designating a single owner for the policy update process ensures that all documents meet style and quality guidelines over time. Third, avoid KM speak. UDOT frames its strategy around 4 simple actions: connect, share, learn, and innovate. This helps employees understand the value without getting bogged down with technical terminology. As UDOT looks towards the future, every initiative remains firmly anchored in their core objectives. They are maintaining operational continuity by making playbooks a standard part of onboarding for new supervisors. They are ensuring accessibility by maintaining a steady cadence of policy reviews to keep the repository as the authoritative single source of truth.
Think about what is most important to your organization, to put together those work groups, and to really not try to force the solution from a traditional knowledge management sense, but to put together work groups and learn what's meaningful to your leaders, to the people doing the work within your organization, that would really help drive implementation and institutionalization of knowledge management. Again, for us, it was this big term, and as you would mention it, you could just actually see people's eyes kind of gloss over, and they weren't really interested in having the conversation. But when I start to talk about, hey, how do we connect people to the right information at the right time? How do we make sure that we're sharing lessons learned across our organization and sharing knowledge from leader to leader, or from project team to project team? It really does start to resonate with people across our organization and helps them understand why knowledge management is important. So that would be my suggestion to anybody who's trying to implement these types of initiatives, is to really learn what's meaningful to your organization and what will drive implementation and institutionalization of an effort such as this.
That concludes our overview of the Utah Department of Transportation case study. We encourage you to explore the other infographics, documentation, and resources for all 5 agencies included in NCHRP Project 2044-45 via the link in the description. Thank you for watching.